Man, this thing's a beast. It's meant to go up that and also spend a lot of time going down that. I'm going to tell you 5 good things and 5, well, not so good things about this 2019 Toyota Land Cruiser. We'll get started right now. Hey, it's Domestic Pickup Truck Plus SUV talking my passion of trucks and SUVs. If that's your passion too, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and smash the like button because you love this video. Now this is the 2019 Toyota Land Cruiser. It's one of the oldest nameplates in Toyota's lineup. It still comes powered with the same 5.7 liter V8, the 381 horsepower, 401 foot-pounds of torque that you find in other products like the Sequoia and the Tundra, notably. This has all the off-road goodies of, say, the Toyota 4Runner, combined with the luxury features of almost the Lexus LX 570, which is the luxury version of this big SUV. As we go around, you can see there's not a lot of chrome going on. There is some, but it's really a nice mixture of some chrome and really beautiful white here in this Blizzard Pearl. I have some large 18-inch wheels, I have running boards that allow me to get in, and I have a little bit of Land Cruiser you can see kind of stamped into the headlights and along the side the chrome. So you kind of get that idea as you go around. It is a big vehicle. It's got a massive footprint, but it's actually got a pretty short wheelbase for what it is. Now this does have an additional third row that you can access if you want to. And we'll go ahead and step inside and I'll show you some of the interior stuff, show you what's new, and then we'll kind of go through my 5 likes and 5 dislikes. Now like I said, this is the Toyota's 5.7 liter V8. This is their I-Force engine. It's been around for quite a few years, and well, it's pretty much a stalwart kind of engine, very reliable. And this is what it sounds like when it's idling, and I'll just shut it for a minute. There you go. I often get criticized for not listening to engine noise, but there's what you got. There's a reason you can't hear that inside the cabin. It's all this sound deadening up here in the hood that stops it from coming through. Reliable engine. That this is mated to an 8-speed transmission as well. Automatic, no manual. Alright, inside the Toyota Land Cruiser we have the big door handles, the big openers. We have a nice, really durable surfaces here as well. We have DVD players. My kids are watching some shows this week. We have some nice leather seats, really soft to the touch, really good stitching, really nice sitting, and lots of room back here. And we have air vents and AC controllers, and we have an HDMI hookup, and then we have another one that says phone, which is really an interesting way to say a phone hookup. That's really interesting. Another one over here. But we do not have any USBs back here that I can see. Oh, and this is kind of interesting. This pops open, like so, and we have cup holders, and then we have remote control. I'll go ahead and hop in here. Alright, hopping in here, you can see the front. Nice seating position, big steering wheel, really nice center stack. You have the DVD player there. You can do DVD in back and then radio up front, which we've been doing a lot, which is nice. Dual zone climate control, have the shifter there, some cooled seats and heated seats, and then come around here. Some of the off-road modes, crawl control, multi-terrain select, and 4-wheel drive. And then we have electric control, transmission power. It just holds the gear better. Traction control, and we can lock the differentials. A couple cup holders, and then we have the center stack, which I'll get to in just a second. Alright, back here in the back, we do have this cover is for the ball for your hitch. It's a hitch receiver cover. Come back here. What's interesting and what's nice, takes a little bit to get used to, is this little bit of that pops down. This actually makes a really good workbench. I've used it many different times off-roading or on land cruising, or not land cruising, but overlanding, and I've used it well in the backyard, and it's good to put your tools there. My golf clubs here, I use these as an example to show you how wide that is there. Then we have the rear seats that fold down in Russian and a couple of Asian languages that explain, they kind of show you how much this truck is sold globally, as big SUV I should say. And then I'm going to move this out of the way and show you that the You almost need an engineering degree to figure out how to get the damn third seat down. It's pretty interesting. You do it once or twice, you got it. But a thing I want to talk about in one of my pros, or one of my cons here, is this is about 39 inches wide, not quite 4 feet or so. And so really, as far as storing stuff, it can be a bit of a challenge. And I know Land Cruisers last year was offered without the seats. I think that'd be definitely something I'd consider. If you don't need that extra seat, I'd just get rid of these completely and give yourself a better storage room area. Let's talk what's new this year. New on the 2019 Toyota Land Cruiser is Safety Sense P. As you can see, 2019 Land Cruiser. Pre-collision system of pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, dynamic radar cruise control allows you to keep up pace with the car in front of you. Automatic high beams, turns on and off the high beams. So you get that in the Toyota Safety Sense P. Okay, out on the road here, I'm just doing some casual driving. I can tell you that 0 to 60 off the line speed is rather slow and sluggish, but you have plenty of power, and you're really not doing this inside the vehicle. I got plenty of power to tow as well, and it doesn't, it's not as smooth of a ride as, say, the Lexus cars are, and this price point kind of gets me thinking that way, but it is one of the more smoother riding Toyota products out there, and especially with a body-on-frame SUV of this size, it's pretty impressive how well it does ride. Toyota's done a lot to improve the sound in the cabin. It's really quiet, muted the driver feel as far as when I'm hitting stuff. There, I hit a few bumps. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not that worried about it. Again, this is a body-on-frame SUV, not a small car, so it's a little bit different expectations on what I'm going to get from this. I'm averaging about 15 miles per gallon, which isn't great, but I have a big throaty V8 on a big body-on-frame. I do have some body roll. I can feel a little bit, my back end sways a little bit when I'm trying to get back in the lane. So you definitely feel the sway as you're changing lanes. But that's okay. I'm not really that concerned about that. Again, because you have this. And also, as well, is it's a shorter wheelbase. And so with the shorter wheelbase, it doesn't feel like it's like a Suburban where it takes forever for my ass to get back in line. This snaps back into it pretty well. And I can tell you that, this is a road trip vehicle. I've taken this from my place here in Nebraska to Michigan, and I've had no problems. Great visibility, easy to drive. My wife loves driving it, and I can see why somebody would buy this for road tripping and things. Yeah, you pay the cost for fuel, but you do have all these creature comforts and all these goodies inside that kind of offset that increase in fuel price. Okay, before I get very much further, let's go ahead and just wrap this up. 5 good things, 5 bad things. I've showed you exterior, do driving impressions, I've talked to interior. So 5 good things are really going to be really simple. Number 1, wheelbase. This wheelbase is a nice size. You're able to go climb up mountains you want to. You're able to go off-roading you want to. Again, it's not so long that you feel like the butt end is coming around for you. It's a really good wheelbase size. Number 2, it's off-road gear. I'll flip the camera around, I'll show you this. These are your off-road goodies. This is crawl control, which basically you set a speed. All you do is steer, and it handles the braking and the speed. Multi-train select, you can select what train you're on. This is downhill assist or uphill assist control. This is the really cool button that nobody talks about. This, when you're in crawl control, this will pivot. You can actually pivot on the back right tire, and it does a complete turn. So if you're in a really tight spot, you can do that, and you can move. I saw one happen with this where it's overlanding with a trailer. It went right around the corner. No 3-point turns, nothing. Press that button in crawl control, and it just flips you right around. We have the turn dials for the 4-wheel drive, and over here we have, again, the locking differential. So really, you're going to have a hard time getting this thing stuck. It's almost like if you get this thing stuck, you need to get an award. It's really hard to do. Number 4, I have seating position. Seating position here is just perfect. Lots of great room. And number 5, all right, this is a weird Timism. It's not the entertainment. It's this right here. Okay, ready for this is? I mean, the rear seat DVDs are cool, but this is literally cool. This is a cool box. You press the button, and you can hear it kick on. It'll cool your drinks. Now, you're probably thinking, Tim, that's a dumb thing, and that's just a creature comfort you don't really need, yada, yada, yada. Let me tell you something. When you're overlanding or off-roading or driving a long distance, that cooled box makes a big difference. I was overlanding with a group of Toyota vehicles. I'll put the link above, and people were fighting over the Land Cruiser because of the cooled box. Okay, now let's start with the 5 things I don't like, and well, it's pretty obvious. Number 1, I don't like the rear storage. Get those seats out of there. I just make this a 2-row SUV. Give me the additional storage. It's tough we went camping with this across the country. It was tough to store stuff. You had to really stack it in a different way to get that enough room between those seats. Just a weird amount of space. Again, I'd chuck those if it was me. I'd buy the model without. Number 2, price. This is a almost $90,000 Toyota SUV. That's a lot of money. And what's weird about it is the Lexus LX570 really only has more chrome and a little bit different interior. It seems like there's an in-between there. You could make this, take some of the content out of this, make this a $70,000 SUV, and leave the $90,000 SUV for Lexus. Number 3, I'm looking at my notes. Number 3, fuel economy. It's an easy one, 15 miles per gallon, and that is the EPA. It's 13 city, 18 highway. Still not very good. I was hoping when they did 8-speed here, they could improve the fuel economy. They didn't. Number 4, and this may get a little controversial, ground clearance. You know, to me, you have the step up going on here. I have the side rails, which are easy getting out. So why not just make this a little bit taller, give myself some more ground clearance going off-road. It may not always be the case, but a $90,000 SUV, I don't want to damage it. So I want a little more ground clearance, especially going off-roading. And number 5, this is another Timism, but up front here, been looking around, and I have, guess what? I'll show you. I have a little cubby for a jack here, but you know what I really only have of? It's one USB. That's it. $90,000, and I have one USB in this front cabin and in the rear. So there you go. There's my 5 good things and 5 bad things, and the driving impressions. There's 2019 Total Land Cruiser. So go ahead, comment below. Tell me if I'm wrong, if you don't like my likes, don't like my dislikes, if you think I'm just an idiot, because I know you do that anyways. But hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you find us on pickuptrucktalk.com. 3 words, Pickup Truck Talk. Also, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Pickup Truck Talk. You'll find us there. Trust me, I've done it. We're there. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.